I'm Robert Dutt from ChannelBuzz.ca, on the road here at HP America's Partner Conference, and one of the great things about being on the road and covering events is you get to run into some old friends and peers, and one of them is Arlin Sorensen. Arlin?
It's great to see you, Robert.
For those of you who don't know Arlin, he heads up both Harlan Technologies, a solution provider out of Iowa, and HTG, which is a peer group of solution providers. Which do you want to sort of explain what HTG is and how it works?
Absolutely. Yeah, HTG is designed to help solution providers gather together in small communities of 10 to 12 companies to grow their businesses. So often we find solution providers are very technically based, but they don't spend a lot of time really working on the business side of their company. And so we bring that focus to them. We help with financial benchmarking, we help with goals and prioritizations, and primarily accountability. A lot of us run businesses because we maybe don't want to have somebody telling us what to do, but we need that. We need that accountability, and HTG provides that.
That external board of directors kind of.
Absolutely. It's a group of guys that become vested in one another and really serve as that sounding board and accountability board to help each other grow.
Great. Now I know up until very recently, you guys have sort of broken out the groups a little more geographically. There were a couple of Canadian chapters, I believe.
We actually had one Canadian group that was entirely Canadian.
Okay. And have you guys expanded in the UK and Australia, if memory serves?
We do. We have one group in the UK, one in Australia. Currently, we're starting a second Australian group in Q3.
Okay. And then recently, you guys have made the decision to sort of integrate at least the Canadian partners into the sort of core North American community, as it were. Can you tell me a little bit about that decision and why it was done, and sort of where Canadian partners are fitting into HTG now?
Yeah, it's been interesting working with Canadian partners. You know, we've had this Canadian group for some time, but what we find often is that they really want to integrate with partners from all over North America and get exposed to a broader set of partners. So, you know, we had some changes that were occurring within the group, which is normal to our process, and as we looked at that, we found that some of them would prefer to actually integrate into an American or a North American group, not be specifically in a Canadian-only group. You know, there are some differences between the environments that we work in the U.S. or Canada, but it's really a pretty small amount, especially of the areas that we focus on. And so it made sense to us to go ahead and integrate those folks across groups and provide more breadth in the kinds of discussions that we're having within those groups. And so they've been placed across a number of the different existing groups to help us you know, have that breadth of discussion that they bring to the table. Canadian guys are passionate, they're fun-loving folks, and they bring a new dimension to any group they're part of.
Okay. Now, was that integration, was that done geographically, i.e. West Coast kind of centric versus East Coast centric, or how were those partners split out from the Canada-only group to?
Yeah, so we don't do any like geo matching kinds of things, other than to make sure there's no competitive partners within the room. So what we did look at was the size of their organization, their business model, and while all of our groups are diverse in those areas, we did try to place them in groups where they maybe fit a little bit more closely with some of the other members of the group. But you know, they're moving into groups that were very similar to the group they were in before. Only it's just a North American kind of focus rather than just Canadian.
Okay. You guys always seem to have something new on the go and new priorities for each year. What's sort of on the plate and the agenda for HTG in 2011?
We do have a few wrinkles that we're going to be working on this year. Q1, our meetings that just got done in January, we actually hit our target of 250 members that were actively engaged in a group meeting. So that was our big kind of focal point last year. We wanted to get to 250 solid engaged members, and we achieved that in Q1. What we're really going to focus on this year is we want to create a scorecard for our members. So we've been doing financial benchmarking now for a few years. We want to take that a next level where we look at things in addition to financials and performance as far as participation within the groups, their execution with vendors and other things, and create a kind of partner health score so that a partner will be able to track how they're doing quarter over quarter more than just in the financial area. We realize financials are a big driver, but there's other things that help make partners successful, so we're going to expand the view we take, create something that we hope someday will be kind of like the credit score that you have with finance, but we're going to have an HTG partner health score that will help our partners really not compare with each other as much as how am I doing quarter over quarter in these things that really matter to my success.
So it's about a personal best.
Absolutely. And so that's a big rock on our plate for this year. We're also expanding our profiling tool. So we've had a limited ability to find each other through our SharePoint site and have had limited profiling available, but we're going to expand that significantly. So more and more, as our partners grow, they're doing business across multiple geos now, and they need to find other partners that they can offload work to, and we want to enable that. So again, on our SharePoint site, we're going to take that profiling tool and just expand it significantly. We're tying it in with the ConnectWise profile, and we want to enable partners to be able to find the skill sets they need, partners and geos they need, and really work closely together to service their customers.
Okay. For partners who may not be part of HTG, but here's something interesting in this, how can they find out more?
Well, we have a brand new website, and they go to www.htgmembers.com. There's an application there along with a whole bunch of information about our program and what we're up to and the things that they experience as members. Our process has become really well defined now, so they make an application, we look at that, and as openings occur, we match them up with a group that doesn't have a competitor in their market, and there's a onboarding process they go through and are invited as a guest and experience HTG. And so but the start of the whole thing is go to the website and fill out the application.
All right, great. Thanks for taking the time. We'll see you around.
Thank you very much.